Today we're going to talk about 8.3, and this is about area and perimeter. If you're coming from a different class, this worksheet, the very beginning of it, is formulas that you do need to memorize. There will be problems where, again, I will ask you, essentially on the test, you'll be asked to do something, but I want to see the formula you used and what you plugged in, because it is also easy to do something wrong in the calculator. So need to memorize this chart, but we're going to start off again kind of describing the two things we're going to be finding. We're going to be finding the perimeter, and most of these you need to think of, the perimeter is just the distance around an object. So distance around the object. If you were to walk, how far would you walk? So you really are just adding up, which is the sum of the lengths of the sides. So we're going to write formulas down for most of these perimeters, but you literally could just walk the way around. Key piece, perimeter is always single units. Area is going to be the region bounded by the figure. So again, this is why we think of, when you think of an area rug, that is actually literally the area that is bounded by that rug. These will always be dealing with square units. So you'll be dealing with inches squared, feet squared, centimeters squared. That's important in filling in the correct pieces for this. So again, most of these I'm going to go ahead and straight down and fill in the perimeter because we're just walking around. So the formula for a rectangle is actually length plus width plus length plus width. If you were to walk all the way around. Now the shortcut formula says 2L plus 2W equals P, but you can use either one of those to do that. Since a square is defined, we've gone over this before, that all of the sides are the same length, it's adding up side plus side plus side plus side, so that means 4S equals perimeter. Really important one, and it's an easy one to confuse, is the parallelogram. Because notice I don't use length and width, I use the base, because this actually is different than our rectangle. So again, I can go ahead though. If I use I used L's, it's not going to be wrong for this portion, but you'll make the mistake with the area. So I want you to distinguish between these. So if I were to add these up, I would go base plus width plus base plus width. So I do get 2 bases and 2 widths equals my perimeter. Going with my triangle, again, we're assuming that all of the sides are different. So you can call them side 1, side 2, side 3, but we're just basically saying we assume they're all different, we add them all up. Circle is one that you do need to memorize, because you can't like walk around and add the lengths of the sides. You can't take a ruler next to the side. You would have to unwind it, and again, we don't have a technique of doing that. So important piece here is you need to know the difference between the radius and the diameter. The radius is from the center to the outside of the circle. So the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. So my circumference, when I walk all the way around, there are actually 2 formulas. I generally always use 2 pi r, because again, I use radius always when I'm dealing with a circle, a sphere, any of those types of pieces. If you are looking at this piece though, 2 times r is my diameter, so my circumference can also be defined as diameter times pi. Again, it's your choice on which one you use for that piece. My trapezoid here, if I walk around, again, doesn't matter which side you start at, but we have a base 1 plus side 1 plus side 2 plus base 2 equals my perimeter. And again, it doesn't matter what order you put those in, you just have to add them all up on the sides. So dealing with my perimeter, again, other than the circle, you really are just, as long as you can label the sides, you're just adding them up. Going to my area, again, this is the region, so I'm going to erase some of the pieces I put on my diagrams just so it's a little bit easier to look at there. So my area is one that most of you should already know. The area of a rectangle is length times width. Since my sides are the same for a square, for the length, it would be side times side, so my area will be side squared. So remember, a square is really a rectangle. The only difference is now my L and W equal. The key one here is my parallelogram. This area is base times height. And this is where a lot of people fall into the trap of wanting to do length times width. And I'm going to show you real quick why this works on the side. So we have a formula that is defined for a rectangle. This is my base. This is my width. This is not a right angle on the side, so we can't use that formula. But if I take this triangle off and I move it over here, now my height is still that height, and notice that I took this piece off over here, so this here is now still equal to the distance. I just subtracted that, so that's still a base. That's the reason why it's base times height. Do you have to explain that to me? No, but for some of you that helps for you to be able to see. Similar idea for my triangle. Some of you already know that the formula for an area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. But the reason why that's the case is if we look at a parallelogram, so if I have this parallelogram that we have already defined above here as base times height, it is created by two triangles. So again, the height would be there. So that's the reason why it works, is it is half of a parallelogram. Again, do you need to be able to explain that to me? No, but it's a great way sometimes for y'all to tie the ideas together. My formula for an area of a circle is pi r squared. And again, this is one you need to memorize. This is definitely on the test, and if you mix the two together, it's wrong. Trapezoid is, again, one I'm going to define first, but then I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to pull this up so it's a little easier for me to write. Is going to be the area is 1/2 the height times B1 plus B2. So I'm going to draw it over here so I can show you why this works. So if you have a trapezoid, again, I can break this up into two triangles. Both of them have a height as h, but one of them has a base 1 and base 2. So this bottom triangle right here that I'm doing in orange would be 1/2 the height and base 2. The top triangle that I have in this drawing would be 1/2 height times base 1. So that's where this formula comes, where you're adding the two triangles together in the parentheses. Again, do you need to memorize it? No. How I got it? But for some of you it helps to see this. This needs to be memorized. You cannot come into the test with these written down, but when you get the test, feel free to turn it over once they tell you you can start writing anything down with ProctorU, or if you're in person, data dump this, write them down. Things to remember, okay? We do have to convert to like units first. Sometimes they're going to trick you and they're going to put something in inches and in feet. And so I want you to always ask yourself in the beginning of the problem, do I have units that match? If I don't, I have to convert those first. The time that you don't ask yourself that question is going to be the time that it's going to get you, so please be careful. Number 2, perimeter is measured in units. It's inches, it's centimeters. Area, number 3, is measured in square units, or units squared. And volume, which we're going to get to in 8.4, will be cubic units. So I try to put everything on one page that you needed to memorize. I would keep that page out as we're doing these problems. Okay. Again, if you think you know how to do some of these problems, pause it and try to do it and then come back. Always ask yourself before you start a problem, are the units the same? It's going to be very easy to forget this. So looking at number 1, this is a triangle, and I'll look at it, all of them are in centimeters, so I'm good. So all are the same. This is my base, okay? This is my height, just so we're clear. So perimeter is perimeter is equal to A plus B plus C. Area is area equals 1/2 base times height. So in my perimeter, I'm adding up the distances on the outside. 6.3 plus 9.2 plus 8. And it doesn't matter the order you add those in. So if I put those in my calculator, that's 23.5 centimeters. Perimeter is always single units. Going to my area, you have to have it memorized. It's 1/2 base, which is, again, my 9.2. And my height here is 3.5. And again, sometimes these are going to divide out nicely, but this is where you do not double round. You need to type the whole piece into your calculator so that you do it and you are not double rounding them. So what I mean by that is don't divide by 2, write that down and estimate if you round. You need to keep all the decimal places out to the end. And please always look at the directions on if it tells you. If it doesn't say, it wants you to use exact answers, which means keep everything. Area is squared units because we multiplied this by centimeters times centimeters, and that's why that is the answer. Perimeter is always single units because we're just adding them up. Area is squared units. It's two-dimensional. So going to number 2, again, pause it, see if you can do it. I'm going to go ahead and write down the formulas first. Perimeter equals area plus, perimeter equals A plus B plus C. Area equals 1/2 base times height. And so this is a different type of triangle just to show you different options of what can happen here. Make sure you're clear. My units are the same. Always ask yourself that question. If you don't, you're going to fall in the trap. This is my height. Okay. This is my base, just so we're clear. So I'm going to add up all of the sides on the outside of the triangle. So that's 12 plus 5 plus 10. 12 plus 5 plus 10. And they're all inches. So I should get, if I put it in my calculator, 27 inches. That is my answer that I'm going to type in. Area is 1/2 the base. And again, my base is the 5 inches. My height is always going to be a right angle. So notice that's here. This is not part of my perimeter, but the height, we always have to put it in that right angle format to get that piece. So here I'm going to have 1/2 times 5 times 6. Now if you were doing this by hand, I would do 1/2 times 6, which is 3, 3 times 5, which is 15. But you can now go ahead and actually, again, put it all into your calculator if you want to. And area is squared units. Going to number 3, again, we're still with a triangle, but notice I do not have all of the sides labeled here. I don't have 3 pieces. For perimeter, we need A plus B plus C. I don't have all of those yet. For area, I need the base and the height. Because this is a right triangle, this one is my base, and this one is my height. Same units, so I'm good with that. So I could go ahead right now and do my area. My area is 1/2 times 4 times 3. That's going to give me 2 times 3, which is 6 feet squared. But right now, I can't go ahead and do my perimeter because I don't have all of the sides. So this is going back to a formula for my triangle, for my right triangle. This is my Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And c squared is my hypotenuse, which is always across from the right angle. It's my longest side. So now I'm going to find that c, which is what I have down here. So I have 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. Some of you may have done geometry recent enough to know that this is what's called a 3, 4, 5 triangle, which is a special case. But if you don't, I square them each individually first, then I add them together. I get 25 equals c squared, take the square root of both sides, and that gives me c is equal to 5. So this would be 5 feet. for my perimeter of this triangle, I've got 3 plus 4 plus 5. That gives me 7 plus 5, which is 12 feet. So this one didn't give you everything, but because it's a right triangle, you could finish this one off. So I'm going to do one more on this video. And so the first thing, again, you need to recognize is what type of shape this is. This is a parallelogram. So my formulas here would be perimeter equals 2 times the base plus 2 times the width. My area is base times height. Be careful. Okay, this is the one you have to be careful on. Now, another quick note would be, I'll just jump directly into this, but you should notice here that my units are not all the same. So we normally look at it and say, okay, what format do I have most of the information in? And we have most of our information here is in centimeters. So this goes back to something you are required to have memorized. So meters to centimeters, if I looked at that chart that you're supposed to memorize, and I absolutely would data dump it, is going to be meters to centimeters is going 2 units to the right. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to loop it, and that gives me 7 centimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and cross that out and put the 7 centimeters. If you didn't do that, it's going to mess up one of the problems here. Now, for perimeter, remember we're just walking around. You can plug it into this formula, which would be 2 times the base, which is 5, plus 2 times the width, which is 7. But if that confuses you, just go back on here onto the drawing. This is 5 centimeters and this is 7 centimeters because what's across, the lengths of the sides have to be congruent. So when we walk around, we have 5 plus 7 plus 5 plus 7. So it doesn't matter which way you think of that one. You should get 24, and we're in centimeters. That may be a way you catch your mistake of not having all of the same units. And if something seems really off with your numbers, that's where I also would check. So last one for this video here is area equals base times height. This is where we've got to be careful with what is our base. Our base is the 5. What is our height? Remember, it's always a right angle. Now, I didn't have it on here, but it would be on there clearly on your my math lab. So I'm going to have 5 times 6, which is 30 centimeters squared. Easy parallelogram to make mistakes. And on the test, you're not going to be asked for both perimeter and area. You're going to ask for one or the other. Don't fall in the trap of a parallelogram of doing it as a rectangle.